People are losing their homes, businesses are being destroyed, and it's all happening legally. Right now, across Uganda, a wave of enforcement is changing cities almost overnight. But the real question is, why now? Because on paper, nothing has changed. The laws being used today have existed for years. The Physical Planning Act, the Kampala Capital City Authority Act, the Land Act, and even the newly amended building control laws. So if the rules are not new, then what is? For years, cities expanded without control. Roads became markets, drainage systems were blocked, entire neighborhoods grew without proper planning. Now the government says it is restoring order, clearing road reserves, enforcing permits, and pushing development where land sits idle. And on the surface, that makes sense. But here's where things get complicated. This enforcement is happening at a very specific moment. Uganda is under economic pressure. Public debt has grown, government spending is high, and the national budget has become increasingly ambitious, which means one thing: revenue matters. So now, some citizens are asking a difficult question. Are these demolitions just about order? Or are they also about money? Because fines, penalties, forced compliance, and land transactions, they all generate revenue, especially when enforcement becomes strict. But beyond policy and economics, there are people. For thousands of Ugandans, these so-called illegal structures were not acts of defiance. They were acts of survival. Small roadside businesses, informal workshops, homes built slowly over the years. Not because people ignored the law, but because the system was too expensive, too complex, or simply out of reach. Now those same structures are being erased, not gradually, not gently, but all at once. And this is happening just months after a general election, where promises were made to improve lives, promises were made to ease economic pressure, promises were made to support ordinary citizens. But before a new government has even fully settled in, the reality on the ground feels very different. Frustration is turning into anger. After decades under the same leadership, many citizens feel corruption remains high, service delivery remains inconsistent, and yet the financial burden continues to grow. Taxes are collected every year, debt keeps rising, and now enforcement is reaching directly into the spaces where people survive. To the government, this is discipline, necessary for development. But to many citizens, it feels like pressure. It feels like displacement. It even feels like exclusion. Because for some, this is no longer just about policy, it is about survival. And when people feel pushed to the edge, they don't always walk away quietly. Some are prepared to risk everything to protect what they have. This is where the situation becomes fragile. Because what is being presented as order is being experienced as displacement. And what is intended as development may be creating a deeper divide. Because at its core, this is not just about laws. It is a collision between two realities: the way cities are supposed to function and the way people have actually survived within them. And the question is no longer just about development, it is about inclusion. Because if a city grows but pushes its people out in the process, then who is the city really being built for?